Well, in this video, we'll continue with this file that we have already cleaned up. You already know this file. This is the sales file that we used at the beginning of this course. But now we are going to add something different, more information that we have seen already. Just put it around here. And I'm going to develop some charts. Then click out. And here we're going to select the chart, the card. And with this card, I'm going to add the amounts. So here I have more than 1 million. And now get back to the format. And here I'm going to add the data label. So I'll just click here on none. And also I'm going to load the size because it's too big. Just leave it in 30. Place it around here. And I'm going to make a copy of this. But in here, what I'm going to do is change in the fields, delete that, and I'm going to place the sales. There it is. Maybe a little more, and I can expand it here. So I take out the decimals, and here it's activated now. I can delete them, and also here. There it is. Then I can continue organizing this. Click out, and now I'm going to select a slicer. And in this slicer, I'm going to add the years. Remember that we have already separated all our dates. So now what I'm going to do is just to add years. Here it is. And if you scroll down, here you have a list of this. So this element, it will be in format with this roller. In general, I'm going to turn it in the horizontal sense, like this. And I'm going to delete that heading that says year. So I close general. So I remove the header with the slicer header. So I turn it off. And I keep reducing this so have a better looking. And I'm also going to change the color. So go to items, then change into font in white, and the field will be maybe different color. Let's suppose this one. There it is. So I have already the years. And now I'm going to create another slicer. There it is. And here I'm going to add the months, but the months in text. Here we have them all. Now I have already the format, so just copy this format and go to Format Painter. Click on here, and then I have them all in this layout. Remember that here we have all the months in Spanish. This is a mistake from my system. But to avoid this, maybe I will change it into numbers. So I just delete this and then the month, but in numbers. There you have it. So if you have it in English, just leave it as it is. As it is in English. Okay. I created another slicer. So let's continue with the charts. This table also will have a very quick format, or this style. Go to Style, Format, and here I'm going to choose something very quick. Yes, this one. Now I'm going to create another chart. So let's go to Table. In this table, I'm going to add the categories. I have the categories here. Also, I'm going to add the quantities and also the sales. but this time the main column is categories. Then I copy the format from this table, go to Format Painter again, and have the format copied. Or I can go also to Format, change the column headings. I'm going to select this color for the previous one, for the slicers, then get back the same format for the other one. So I have both in the same format. Then I can reduce it here and place it here. And I can expand this one too. So in the middle I'm going to add a chart, 2 charts in fact. So here I'm going to select a chart of columns. I just place it here, around here, at this level. And here I'm going to add the states. Let's find the state's name. And also I'm going to add the sales. There it is. There is my states and sales of each of these states. So I will assign a new format, and here I'm going to ask that the header will be in the middle. And then I close the header, and also the data labels will be on, but completely. But I'm also put it in vertical. So I'm going to delete this one that it says sales states. This is made in the X and Y axis. I have already told you this before. So go to Y axis, go down, and here is the title. Here it is. So with this is bigger. I can change the color too. So go to data source, data colors, and change it all because I wanted to keep all matching. Now again I'm going to create a line chart, and I'm going to put this chart around here. And this line chart, I'm going to add the months, but the months in numbers. So I just select the months in numbers, and here there are the months, but here these months go to the axis. It goes directly to values because they are numbers, but I need them in axis. So I'm going to add also the quantities sold, and can also add the sales too, but to have it on the secondary axis I put it here. So both of sales and as 8. So get back to format to make some changes, but I can use this one. Get back to Format Painter, click here, and there it is. But it does need to make some changes too. For instance, I request that I want the legend in the top center, and there it is. And also I would like to have the values that are the data labels here. Here are the data labels. So if I don't want to see them mounted, what I can do in the position, place it above, or maybe this one that is under. Maybe you can choose the position of your best preference. That looks better. So I have changed all this. Colors, I can change them also too. Then I go to data colors, and here I choose the color for each of them. And one of these, for instance, this one, I'm going to change it to the color that we are working with. And the other one, maybe we'll try to change to something like this. No, not very like to the previous one. Remember that you can look for more options here when you have more colors. Maybe just put in this place to make a contrast. Good. And also here the labels, you can select this label and we will apply some changes here. For instance, we will click on this option that it says Untitled and you can turn it on. But this time here you can type something like quantity, because I want to see that title at the top. And there it is. But this title, I wanted the position would be in the middle, but also want to delete the one that is below. So I can choose the color that I'm using now, and the one that is below is around here. Let's and it's in case where it says category label, then you turn it off. And then the title is gone. Now we can also change the color too. If we go to data label, and you can use the color that we're using here, and there it is. So let's apply a shadow effect to turn it on. And also we take out the background, so that it looks like transparent. Now I'm going to make a copy and paste of the format and apply it here. But it doesn't have the header. So I need to get back here, and this will be the sales. So just put it in plural and also do the alignment in the center. And it looks better. So new changes I've made that I didn't make in the first exercise. So the label would be home. Now let's save all this. Let's go to File, and here in File we just save it. I will save it with the name 3. That it will be indeed the number of this sheet. Let's save it with the same name. So I'm making a copy of this and I'm going to save it with the same name. But this is a Power BI. So if I go here, I see it's already saved all together with the work in the exercise. So they are all organized to save all the information we're working with. So now I'm going to duplicate this document with the right click. I'm going to add some bookmarks, and here I'm going to add another name, but before this I'm going to delete some elements. For instance, here I have already this table. This table is repeated because I had it already in the first one. I'm going to delete also this one with Supreme key, and also this one too. I'm going to leave this chart here. I'm going to create another pie chart here, and with this pie chart I'm going to add the categories, and let's look for the categories here, and here I'm going to place my sales. Here it is. Good. So I'm going to copy the format that I have here and paste it here with the format painter. You see everything is better. So I don't need this one anymore, so I delete it. So here I have a pie chart, but according to the sales by category. So I go to the format here, to this roller icon. I'm going to see the data labels, and here I'm going to ask to show the amount completely, but I'm going to change it here to custom categories and percentage. Even though if I have this one, the category is not necessarily this, but here you see the legend is to the left. Good. So I leave it there, but now I don't need the legend anymore. So I just go to details, and here I would like to see the values only, because the legend is already there. So I'll be working with the amounts. So I'm going to make a copy of this, and also would like to make some more changes. I'm going to take out the background to have a transparent look, and also add the shadow effect. And also the borders, remember you can add some borders. These borders that you have here in this chart, or maybe you can delete all those borders here in the format. I'm going to leave them here. If you want a thicker border, a thicker line, you can do this here. The borders in fact are the corners. They are rounded. This is in the borders. Okay. And the color also of the border, you can change it. You're using this one. And now what else can we assign here? For instance, we can copy and assign this. Now let's make a copy of this. I just need one copy only, with copy and paste. But now with this copy, I would like to have another one. This time I want the quantities. So I deleted the sales, and now I have the amounts of quantities and all the categories that belong to the quantities. I can change the legend too. So I can I can place it to the right. So one is to the left and the other one is to the right. So now what we're going to do is just to type here that this is a chart here. We are developing a pie chart. And here I have the main one. So what I need to do now is this. Previously I have already shown this. If I select one of these years, for instance, the 2021, that shows me the last register. Let's select the 2020. Here the information is not changing in the other sheet. So if you like it as it is, good. But if you would like to have this information more dynamic, so if one going to change one thing in, you have the changes in the other one too, then go to here to slicer and go to view, and here the string right here there is a sync slicer, and here you just highlight, check these two ones. With this you already synchronized this sheet with the other one. If I just click on 2019 here on the second sheet, you will see also the information belonging to 2019. So now concerning to the months, if for instance I would like to have December of 2019, and here make the change, and here not. Why? Because you need to synchronize it. Select again this one, go to view, and here I click on synchronize and select this. Okay, so I close it, and now if I choose for instance May of 2019, I get back to the previous one, and here it's already synchronized. So this is synchronization of slicers. Very useful to work with different sheets. But now what I'm going to do is just to upload this to the cloud. I already saved this with the Power Query. So I go home, and here I'm going to click on publish. So I publish it and then save it. even though it's already saved, but it's also asking me again to save it due to the last changes I made. And then automatically there will be a window saying that if I wanted to save it in one of my working spaces, remember that you must be aligned to the account activated here at the right corner. And now after this, it's giving me which is a workspace, and then select that option. So with this, I am uploading or publishing in the cloud. When I finished, it would be a warning saying here success, then close, or close here with the X, that is the same, and then go to Internet. So I would open Power BI. Then I click on the first option, and then I will start session, and then I have many accounts, so I'm going to select this one that I'm working with now, and here is my email address and the keyword, the password. It's asking now if I would like to keep it open. No, and there it is. If you can get into directly, then you just click on your name and then click on Power BI services, the first option, and there it is. So let's go to the left where it says workspaces, and here is the workspaces. So maybe for you it's just the first one, and let's open it. So I look for the one that I've just created, which would be number 4. I name it as number 4. It's in orange and in blue. Remember, you have 2 versions because in Power BI, remember, we have not only the graphics, not only the pies, but also we have this data. This data is uploaded in the orange color, but what I need to review is the blue one, and click on this, and here it is, so that I can share it with the company's organization. Remember, this is a corporate account, so I just locate here. I have to share this to my colleagues within the company, so I just simply go to share, and here it is. I can copy the link. This link, when I'm making a copy of this, I can forward that through emails, through a social network, whatsoever. So here I'm going to find another way to share this, but only to the colleagues of the organization. Here you see that there will be a message asking if do you want to enter, but I can't share it with anyone. This I can't do that, but only with the organization. So all if those people have the same domain and sharing the same account, so this would be to share to the company members only. So here I have the 2 elements, the pie chart and home. So let's make some changes in here. Once more, if I would like to share this one maybe with someone that doesn't belong to the company, and then to file, then click with an embedded report, and then publish it on the web. Then what I need is to create a link, publish it. We have already talked about this before. And with this, I'm going to copy the link. I will open another window. And this is another way to share the information with someone that doesn't belong to the company. And here we have it. So here it is, the first page. But I don't want this to be sorting from one side to another one. So I would like to have some icon to get back one to the other. So this is what we are going to do. Therefore, what I'm going to do is to get back to Power BI, and from here, with the first sheet that is named as home, I'm going to create some buttons in here. So just place these two cards lower. There it is. And now this chart will be smaller. And here I'm going to add the buttons. So I go to insert, and here all these are elements to be inserted, headers and so on. So here I'm going to insert these buttons, and with this I'm going to insert a blank button, and there it is. So I make it increase, and when you will select, you will find to the right you have the format button. Then you will see the first one, button text is off. Now turn it on, and now here I'm going to type a name. For instance, from this button I want to go to pie chart, so I type here the name of the sheet. In this case is pie chart, and here is the name. So I can change the color too. Let's select the color that we are using now, and also we're going to increase here. Here is the size. You can also create the text to put it as in Arial black. You can keep assigning many more options. For instance, the fill. Here you just select one color. Maybe you can choose the other one. And here you can turn it on darker, maybe, or we can leave it this way. And now what we're going to do is to make a copy of this button, but I'm going to leave it here, just there, to move to the other sheet. Remember that you can keep making more changes to this button. Now, if I go to action and click here, and so when I do click and activate, let's move to one of the sheets. Action again, and here where it says type, to a page navigation, and I'm going to go to pie chart. So here is the hand, but if I click right now, it doesn't work. Why? Because in Power BI desktop I need to use the control key, and with this I can move to the next page. So here I'm going to add the other two buttons. So I'm going to move these two again. So I'm going to copy of the button, select it, make a copy with Ctrl C and paste it here. But also I'm going to change the name, because this button should be the beginning, so we'll bring you home. And now the action will be the action will be, let's see, and here it is, action. The action is home. It's now corrected. Now let's I'll just close here. I just going to verify. So I type control and click in home, and then goes to pie chart. And if I click here, it gets back to home. So in Power BI desktop, where you are building all this, you can do it with the Control key. But if I go to publish, I go to publish, and it is asking me to save all the last changes made. But we'll also say that there is another existing document with the same name in my workspace, which has the same name. So I'm saving it. And if I want to replace this, yes. And now the last change made will upload. If you have already shared this file in the cloud, then get back to here. Now I will refresh. And now you see that there you have all the buttons. But here happens something. Maybe I will have to return to Power BI. Close this. And here I need to do the update or the refresh. And here it is. Here there's no need to use Control. Just to click here the button and go from one sheet to another one. Here. Okay, so let's continue here. So what we can do besides sharing to our company through this share option, you can copy a link, you can share it through Outlook or maybe through your Teams. You can also share through this way. Just go to export, and here you can export it in as a PowerPoint or as a PDF. Let's do it as a PowerPoint. So here I have the current values, yes. If I would like to exclude one page, no, I'm going to export it all. And here to the right, it's showing you the uploading in progress. Usually when it's exported to PowerPoint, it's not dynamic, it's just work for a presentation, but it won't move as we are seeing here. So it's just exporting the information. So whenever we are done, there will be a window asking if I would like to save it somewhere. Now this time it's taking some time, as you see, but in the end you will see that window asking if I would like to add a new name to this file, and then it's going to export it. Just wait for a little while. Now there it is. Here's the name, it's by default, and let's locate the file, the same label that we are working with, and we'll save it here within the resources that we are using now. So here it is, pptx, and saved. Okay, and here I have it. So if I open it, now you will see that it's saved, it's exported, but it's not dynamic. Not dynamic as you are seeing here in the Power BI. For instance, if I click on each year, obviously in Power BI everything will move. If I set according to the icon that I selected here, but in PowerPoint it looks like this. So if I enable here, by default you have one slide, but this is not dynamic. This is just an image that I like it and share. But this is for a presentation exported in PowerPoint. Let's perform the second option. In the second option, I have here to export as a PDF. So I'm going to use the current values and export all. So anyways, it will take a little while. So if I go to Power BI, in Power BI you can export it too. as a PDF. You will go to File and here Export as a Export to PDF. So now let's get back to see how are the changes going. It's still charging. Just let's wait a little while. Now it will take long depending on the connection that you have at home for your access to internet. Maybe that's why it's taking a little while. So here it is as a PDF. So I save it in the same place where it says Resources and Practices. So I keep the same name, but this time it will be a PDF file. So I'll get back to this folder and here it is. And obviously it's a file that you can send to someone that you would like to show the information, but not in dynamic way. So there you are, page 2, page 1. So this is just an image. It doesn't work as a dynamic chart. Okay, so let's get back here. And here we found the ways to export. We have also have the way to export it here as this one. And in File, you can print it also. If you just want to print in this page, you can save, make a copy, or you can also download the Power BI file. Maybe somebody shared this with you, but you don't have the original as this one of stock. What you can do maybe then is upload it as a Power BI file. But also it's taking a little bit. Let's assign the same name, but you see the number 1 is in between parentheses. Just save it to the same folder. Now we close this one to have more room, and there is the file. It's almost the same, but this is different. Here is a file that maybe somebody shared with you to your account. Remember that if you want to share, click on here and you can share it with making a copy of the link with someone of the company. So this person, when you open it, you can export it as a Power BI so that you can keep it in your computer. So the file is opening right now. Let's just wait for a while. And here it is. Okay, so if we go here, we have the columns that we worked. Here is the file. This is from your own account from the cloud. And here you have all the data. But you don't have, obviously, it's the original. You don't have that. Remember that I am in the copy. If I get to transform data in query, you will see that the information appears below temporarily. But there will be some time that it will disappear because it doesn't have the original source. So you must take that into account. We will talk about that later when I'm trying to explain you about this. So I close this too, and just keep the one that I'm working with right now in my computer. That is a Power Query Sales. So with this, I have shared again in the cloud file, and we have seen already the options, how to download it. We have seen how to export it in different formats, in PowerPoint, in PDF. We have seen the option to share. Remember also that Here I am here to the left in visualizations, in workspaces, and this is the name of my files by default. So here I've been uploading all of the practices that we've been working and trying, and many more that I have here too. Oh, good. So here I just close this part and now get back to Power BI desktop. What else can I do here besides all these elements? I can add a title to each of these. And so I'm going to do this. I'm going to move here and I'm going to add a title here too. Sales by years. So I'll go to insert and there is a button here that is named to add a title text box. So I move it from the 3 points at the corner. I reduce them from salad. And here I'm going to place sales by year. And ready. So now I'm going to expand this a little more, but I need to select it first to have a bigger font. And also with this bold, I can center, I can change the type of font and also place it here. There it is. Here to the right, where it says format text box, I can add a title, here the upper part, or otherwise I can leave it here. I can add a color. The color of the font, color of the background. But I can also change this to the trim. Where is the text color? Oh, here it is, white. So all changes that which I can make. Then click out to see the colors of text. So this element, I can make a copy of this element with Ctrl C and paste it in the other sheet with Ctrl V. Okay, good. So this one that is below, I can move it around here and place it here. So you have already the titles in both sheets. One more thing that I can do is making a copy of these sales and quantities. Make a copy to these sales and these quantities with Ctrl C, copy with Ctrl V. Then I'm going to make it fit. And this one too, I'm going to make a copy, Ctrl C, Ctrl V. And you see what I'm going to do. I'm going to select this element here. I'll go to open the format ribbon here at the top. And in format, I'm going to click on interactions. Here I'm selecting this slicer. So again, go to format. And if you're not selecting one of these elements, format won't appear. The ribbon format won't appear. So you need to select this element that I have here in years. So I just select this format, click here in format, and here there is an interactions button. So when I click on this, see what happens in each of these elements, especially the cards. Here we have this element in each of them. Here we have these little icons. One that is set here that it says none, and the other one that it says filter. What does this mean? Let's click on this one, this null sign that it says none. That now that is clicked, it becomes dark. And here also we do that in sales. Only with these two. See what will happen. Now, when I'm going to click out the interactions, all those disappeared. If I click in 2018, now you see everything changes, everything. The quantities, the sales, but these two ones are just with the total sales and with the total quantities of the previous year. It's not making any change at all, because when I did the interactions, I just pick out this. But for instance, if I just select 1 month, here it is. I'm going to spend a little more. So if I choose one of these months, you will notice that it changes all at the same time. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to select this element, this slicer. So get back to format. And again, I click on edit interactions. So I just don't want to affect these ones too. So it won't affect these boxes. So get back here and click out in edit interactions. If I click on 2019, you will see the quantities of sales won't change at all. If I select December, they don't change. Why these two elements? Because they are set up to avoid this affecting, because of this null system. But all the rest is interacting with this year. So I deactivate again the month, the year, and you will have it. So remember, you need to select each of these elements. What will happen then with the next sheet? Now let's place the cursor in 2020. Let's move to the other page. And obviously here you will see the changes because there are no duplicates. You will notice the changes here. So obviously everything is affected here. Next to the next page, where is it 2020? But this is things that when I selected this and I went into view, I edited the synchronization. Interactions is one thing and synchronization is another thing. To domain this, we need to practice a lot. It's not much complicated, but you will learn it very good, how it works, how it operates. So this is our interactions. So what happens if I select one of these elements here, for instance, the table, and then get back to format, edit interactions, and now you will see again that I have these icons all together with the other elements. Now I may say that if I choose some of these sellers, I don't want to affect the chart lines or the line charts. So I click here for null, unknown, and now I deactivate the interactions. If I click on Anne Morris, then the line chart won't change at all. So if I select Frank chart, the line chart won't change. And it will be the same for the other elements. So I click in all, and now select this table again and go to format, click on edit interactions again. And how do I take out that? Clicking on filter. And then I deactivate it all. And now let's see if it's affecting now. And yes, it's affecting the line chart now because I relieve the interaction. And now it's showing me again everything. Remember that when you activate the interactions in the format, all these icons that you see here, the filter and the other one that it says known, in all. And sometimes they are hidden like this, but most of them you can see them. So you can activate or deactivate which are the elements that you would like to have this impact with this format in edit interactions. Remember that when you will do this, when you finish doing this, you just take out this edit the interactions, otherwise the buttons will remain there. You just click on there until you remove these icons. So with these changes, just save the file. You update the changes. It's important to save the changes. And now you get back to the cloud. Just select the workspace, select, and then you want to replace, because you have an existing copy, then you just replace it, and then you will have the success warning. Then we close and get back to the cloud, and here we will just refresh. It's important to refresh the page. Then we verify the file that we have here. Here is the data set, and here is the chart. All the charts that we created. And there it is. Now let's verify 2020. You see how it's changing all, but not these two ones that we have here. So if we move to pie chart, now you will see that also is affecting these charts because everything is synchronized. So we end this video and we continue with Power Query.